Let's just rewind for a sec. How did I decode these two apps? This isn't about comparing feature lists. It's about positioning. We're not trying to build a bigger engine. We're trying to build a smaller, lighter one. I'm listening for the emotional signals. I really solidified the importance of research that uncovers real pain points. Do they get it? Does it solve a real pain they have? Quality of feedback is a sign of engagement. When you stack those constraints, you start to see the gaps in the markets more clearly. And that's the game. No ego, just momentum. This is the process, as raw as it gets, and we're going to trust the process. After using it for a while, the big question became,
why this is going to be really valuable for you. If you don't know your market, if you don't know who they are, if you don't know what their problem is, then there's a good chance that whatever you're launching, whether it's a SaaS or service or product or consulting, whatever it is, there's a good chance that it's not going to get any momentum. Because a mistake that...
Alright, so I'm soft launching two apps right now. Neither of them has made a single cent, but they both solve real problems that I felt personally. Let's just rewind for a second. How did I decode these two apps? And which ones are worth testing? It wasn't a random guess. The decision was a direct result from frameworks we've been talking about. Firstly, the Executive OS app is something we built internally that I'm bringing on board. But after my conversation with Chris in the last episode, I really solidified the importance of research that uncovers real pain points. I took his frameworks around validation and layered them with my own research processes. In fact, I even built a small internal research tool that helps me pre-validate ideas by running them through layered constraints. It's not about the tool giving me the right answer. It's about creating the structure for my own thinking and showing me where the gap lies within those markets. So the research didn't give me a magic bullet, guys. Please don't misunderstand it. It just gave me clarity and constraints. And when you stack those constraints, you start to see the gaps in the markets more clearly. And that's how we landed here. Just to set the frame, this challenge is simple but serious. I'm building and launching an AI native SaaS product that either generates $100,000 in revenue or that exits at that value. It has to be AI operational at its core, not just branded by AI, but actually run by it. We are starting bootstrapped. No external investors, no pre-built AI products that have made revenue. It's solo-led, but not done in isolation. I'll bring in collaborators, collaborative support, automation tools, and even partnerships or sponsorships, so long as I stay hands-on with every decision and build. The entire process is being shared in real time, transparently with successes and failures, no sugarcoating. And just to be clear, this isn't a step-by-step guide or promise of any form of result. It's a personal challenge I'm documenting publicly, not a prescription for what you should do. So please do not misunderstand this built in public challenge. Now, back to the episode. The whole goal here isn't to get a home run on day one. It's to get signal, to gather real world feedback and to see which one of these actually has the trajectory to hit that 100K goal we've mapped out. This is where the real work starts. The theory is done. Now we execute. Let me walk you through what we're working with, and more importantly, how I'm thinking about deciding what gets the real focus. We have two different bets on the same table. First up is a VibeCoding tool. If you've been following along, you know this is core to how I think about building AI native infrastructures. This tool isn't for expert developers, it's for people who want to understand VibeCoding by actually doing it. It's an educational entry point designed to give you that hands-on feel for what it's like to assemble systems instead of building them from scratch. The second app is an AI executive operating system similar to what we showcased previously. It's an internal system we built to solve our own bottlenecks and to keep our focus intact. Within the app, we have different features. It firstly gathers your North Star, where you're heading, what you're doing. Then from there, it goes into how are you planning your days, what does that look like? Then there's focus breaks, there's nuances for team improvement, there's daily journaling, there's so much in this app, and it's all controlled at the center with AI. So let's say, for example, I need to get this episode out for the AI founder story. Inside of my day-to-day, I've got so many other tasks. the AI executive assistant will then go and rearrange those tasks and tell me with a progress bar how far I am from my North Star based on the actions, and it will also sort those specific tasks in accordance with the North Star on where I need to be. It's like a life coach, business coach, accountability coach. It's all in one, just to ensure that I, as the executive, protects my focus but also gets closer towards the desired outcome that I set for myself, whether that's every quarter, every year, etc. So after using it for a while, the big question became, could this be valuable for other solo operators who are drowning in operational drag, or even visionary founders who really think, idealize, need to filter their thoughts and get it all systematically in order to be able to follow a process to get to their desired outcomes. So we're opening it up for soft launch to find that out. Now, neither of these ideas exists in a vacuum. There are other AI assistants out there. There are other coding education platforms, but this isn't about comparing feature lists. It's about positioning. Most of the tools I've seen are either built for large teams or they're trying to be everything to everyone. Our approach is completely different. It's lean, it's built for the solo operator, and it's deeply rooted in this anti-bloat philosophy. We're not trying to build a bigger engine. We're trying to build a smaller, lighter one. That's the space we are testing. So as I mentioned in episode 3, the entire launch strategy is built around a soft launch. We're currently rolling both of these out quietly, not to chase hype, but to test for resonance. Right now, a small group of people are testing them. Peers, early supporters, paid communities we're part of, people who just raise their hand and who would appreciate it. We are building a tight feedback loop. The goal isn't just bug reports. I'm listening for the emotional signals. Do they get it? Does it solve a real pain they have? And where do they get stuck? Guys, this isn't about achieving perfection. It's about pattern recognition. So I'm just watching to see what signal we get and what gets ignored. The data will tell us where to go next. So, what happens next? How do we decide which app to double down on? I've set up a few decision gate questions I'm constantly asking. The first question is, what's the usage quality, especially with web apps? Are people just logging in once, or are they integrating it into their actual workflow? Secondly, what's the feedback nature? Are the comments about small tweaks, or are they about fundamental confusion? Quality of feedback is a sign of engagement. And third, what is the forward interest? Are people asking, what's next? Are they suggesting features they'd pay for? So based on what we learn, we'll make a call. And the winning app might get a broader launch on platforms like AppSumo, Product Hunt, etc. Heck, maybe both of them go on there. But if we don't get a clear signal, we pivot. And that's the game. No ego, just momentum. This is the process. As raw as it gets, we're in the messy middle and we're going to trust the process. So if you're someone who wants to play with either of these apps, or you're just curious about the whole process, I'd love to get your feedback. Just drop a comment down below or send me a DM on X or Instagram. We're still early, and honestly, that's the beauty of it. Let me know if this makes sense, and if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on notifications so that you don't miss what's coming next. Now, episode 6 is going to bring something into this journey that you most probably haven't seen before. I can't say too much as of yet, but what I can tell you is that what I'm going to expose to you then is really going to help you think about the dynamic within launching apps and seeing how that could potentially be marketed. Let's keep on building. See you in the next one.